Come on, Mr. Brightside. Hopefully he can take out the Maccabi Diva Stakes.
Mr. Brightside wearing her down. Pride of Jenny, Mr. Brightside. Stride for stride, but Mr. Brightside back to back. And next, Mr. Brightside from Pride of Jenny in a great battle.
But I like Barclay Square to take out the last at Flemington on Saturday.
Barclay Square, it's happening in slow motion, but it's got up. Barclay Square's won it by a length.
Hello everyone and welcome to my 2024 Underwood Stakes Day preview at Caulfield. It's going to be a cracker of a card, the racing, and I think I can find some winners. They're both going to be awesome. Let's tick off the wall of fame. It's quite obvious which picture is being put up this week. It is Mr. Brightside's win in the Maccabi Diva Stakes, just beating Pride of Jenny. So yeah, it goes up on the wall. Let's get on with the preview. Race 1 is a benchmark 78 over the 2,000 metres. A few of these odds have changed since I took the screenshots, so apologies if I get some wrong. Quantum Cat is the favourite at $3.30 ahead of Denmark, who's at $5. You got $6 for Rise to It. Flamin' Romans is at $9, out to $9.50 for Whiskey on the Hill. Longer odds the rest. This was the last start run of Convener, Pesto, and Rise to It in this race at Caulfield. Convener wins the race, and Convener's my on-top selection again on Saturday. I just don't see how this horse is so big of a price considering it won like this last start. At this horse's best, it should have been winning its last start run, and I think off the little freshen up heading into that last start run, Kiramar's got it back to its best, and the way that it performed last start, I reckon it is back to its best. And in a benchmark 78 2,000 metre race, it should be tearing this up if it's shown what it did about a year or two ago in its career. Draws Gate 10 will be off midfield in the 3-wide running line, ideally in my opinion, peeling into the race at about the 500 metres and whizzing past them, hopefully. I think it's way over the odds at $21. I can't believe it's that price. In for second, Quantum Cat. This horse is ready to peak. Draws Gate 1, gets Joe Moreira on. It's a good chance. In for third, I've got Denmark. This horse will be back and a fair way back, but it'll be storming home. It's ready to win. And in for fourth, Pesto. Settled 3-wide, no cover in that Convener race. It can run well at $41. But I'm in the corner of Convener at a bit of a price to start the day, Underwood Stakes Day. Race 2 is a benchmark 78 over the 1,600 metres. The exciting Federer is running again. It's the $1.70 favourite at the moment, ahead of La Zebra at $8, $9 for Nails Murphy, and the rest of them are at double figures. This was Federer's last start win. This is why he is odds-on favourite on Saturday. He won this race at Sandown by 6 lengths. That is a long way. This horse draws Gate 1 on Saturday, which isn't ideal. Should be on speed though, and Ben Allen will know what to do. He'll make luck somehow, and to be honest, if Federer's nothing shows up in the steward's report, Federer should be winning this race. The only thing that beats it is bad luck, in my opinion, and that could happen from Gate 1, and I think $1.70 is about its right price considering it's drawn Gate 1. But I'm happy to take it. 3 units the win on Federer. I think he's just better than all of these and should show that on Saturday. Nails Murphy in for second. Was a good last start winner at the Valley. Draws for a good run again on Saturday. In for third, I've got Y Marie. This horse will roll forward. Mark Zara in the saddle. It's in with a good chance. And then in for fourth, Almarak. This horse, first up, might want further than the 1,600 metres in time, but it's a decent horse on its day, and I reckon it's still very progressive, young in its career. But I'm in the corner of Federer to take out race number 2. Race 3 is a fillies and mares benchmark 84 over the 1,400 metres. Quickster is the favourite at $3.60, ahead of Perfect, who is at $4.80. Sassy Boom at $5, Lover Zoo $5. It's an open race. Matriarch Rose is at $7, Anahita is at $9. Double figures for the other two. This was the last start jump out of Quickster at Pakenham. This was an 1,000 metre jump out where it finished third, I'm pretty sure. Now, this jump out to the eye didn't look too pleasing. It was pushed out and didn't really pick up the leader, but I'm not one to really judge horses, how they're going based off jump outs. It's just a practice run, isn't it? So on this horse's race form, it's better than the lot of these. However, I'm very scared of the map on Saturday. I reckon it's going to be last, potentially off a slow speed, and that'll play against it over the short distance. However, if the outsider rolls along in front and makes it not a true staying test because it's not a staying race, but if it makes it a test, I reckon Quickster can round the field up, and I just think it's the best horse in the race, and that's what I've gone for. The one that could get the best map is Perfect, and it is good enough to win. It's very progressive. In for third, Sassy Boom. This horse was good first up after doing a lot of work. Won't have to do as much work as it did last start, and it's fitter, so it'll be running well. And then in for fourth, Anahita. Third up, blinkers on. Chris Waller sends it down south. Jao Moreira on, low draw. This horse is ready to win. I've almost talked myself into backing this horse. It's in with a good chance. But I'm in the corner of Quickster in race 3 with not much confidence. Race 4 is the listed Jim Maloney Stakes for the 3-year-old fillies over the 1,400 metres. The favourite is Silmarillion at the $2.70 mark, ahead of Two Darn Lizzie, who's at $5. $5 as well for Lilac, out to $9.50 for Jenny's Meadow, and longer odds the rest. This was the last start runs of both Lilac and Delici Boulevard up there in Sydney. Now, I've actually got Delici Boulevard on top on Saturday, and I'll tell you why. This horse made a long sustained run in this race. I think it settled 6th at the 800 and 1st at the 400 metres, so took off early and only managed to be beaten a length and a quarter by the winner, about 3/4 of a length by Lilac. Delici Boulevard gets a 1.5 kilo weight swing on Lilac out of that run, so I reckon, assuming 1.5 kilos is equal to 1 length, Delici Boulevard should be ahead of Lilac. In that race, Lilac was second up, Delici Boulevard was first up, so I just think Delici Boulevard takes more benefit out of that run, and I thought Lilac was a decent chance, a pretty good chance. So Delici Boulevard at the price appeals at $13. I think it starts shorter than that. I'm more than happy to have it on top. In for second, I've got Two Darn Lizzie. This horse will roll forward from gate 3, and Waterhouse Bot front runner might not be caught. Lilac is a very good chance. Mark Zara rides, draws for a good run. And then in for fourth, I've got Sakima. This horse was good behind Silmarillion last start. Damien Lane sticks, and I reckon it's ready to go 2 better and win. Silmarillion I thought was a tad short, especially drawn gate 1. I like Delici Boulevard at double figures in race 4. Race 5 is the listed Testarossa Stakes over the 1,400 metres. Another Will headlines this field at $2 ahead of Craig, who's at $5.50. $7.50 about for Here to Shock. $8 for Jimmy the Bear. $9.50 for Light Infantry Man. Longer odds the rest. This was the last start win of another Will. This was simply sensational. Had to go right back from the gate, over-raced early, and picked the field up really, really well. On Saturday, it maps for a softer run, draws gate 1, so it'll be closer to the speed, and just like Federer, it just needs clear luck in the straight, and it'll be destroying this field. I'm pretty confident on another Will on Saturday. I've got 2 units to win on him. In for second Here to Shock, who ran second to another Will on that occasion at Caulfield. It'll roll forward again and give another Will something to chase down. In for third, I've got Jimmy the Bear. This horse back to the 1,400 metres, looks ideally suited, and great map from gate 5. It can give the race a real shake-up. And Craig, good last start winner, draws gate 2 for a soft run and can be producing its best late. But I like another Will to take out the listed Testarossa Stakes on Saturday. Race 6 is a benchmark 100 over the 1,100 metres. The favourite is Commemorative at $3.90, ahead of Chinny Boom for the new stable at $4.40. $5 about for Jimmy Star, out to $8.50 for Ray Magnerio, and longer odds the rest. This was the last start jump out of Jimmy Star, everyone's favourite but not favourite horse. Look, it was very exciting at the start of its last preparation, and then it just sort of folded a bit. But its last 3 runs, all in New South Wales and maybe Queensland potentially, I can't remember, all had excuses. Now it's first up. It loves being fresh, this horse. Back to 1,100 metres, I reckon Kieran Maher's trying to keep this horse as a sprinter. Draws gate 9, so it'll be in the 3 wide running line around midfield or so, peeling into the race. And with the fresh legs, I reckon it can go bang. And I just think it's better than this field on its day. I can't believe we're getting $5 about Jimmy Star. I know it's failed punters in the past, but I'm pretty confident it could be winning on Saturday. 1 unit the win. In for second, I've got the Inferno. This horse has to carry the big weight, but it's the best horse in the race and will be charging home late. In for third, Commemorative. Still does a lot wrong, this horse. Draws gate 10, so we'll need some luck from that gate. But yeah, it'll be running well. And in for fourth, I've got Ray Magnerio. This horse is very good at Caulfield. Draws gate 12, so we'll need luck from that gate, as does Commemorative. Gets the lightweight, it'll be running well. But I like Jimmy Star to take out race number 6. It's that time of the week, it's last man standing, and now we are all officially in the red, which isn't a great sight, but we endeavour, all of us, to get better, and this is what we're doing this week. Our leader, Geordie, is having a $100 win all up Autumn Glow into Fangirl. Cole is having 25 each way on Jungle Gym. If that gets up, gee, he's going to be in front by a long way, and 25 each way on Emperor up there in Queensland. Sammy's having 50 each way on Immediacy in the Naturalism. I'm having a $100 win all up Federer into another Will, and Sky High Horse Racing is doing something similar to me. A little bit of a multi going on. Another Will, Federer, and then places for Chinny Boom and St. George. That's what we're doing in Last Man Standing this week. Race 7 to start the Quaddie is the Group 3 Naturalism Stakes over the 2,000 metres. St. George is the favourite, currently at $4.20. Immediacy, second favourite at $5.50. Q Tempesta at $6.50. Out to $7.50 for Just Fine, and longer odds the rest. This was the last start run of Just Fine. Up there in Sydney in the Chelmsford Stakes, where it was beaten by Buckaroo, who goes around single figures on Saturday in the Group 1 race, the Underwood Stakes. This was Just Fine second up. Yes, it was just fair, but I think now third up to the 2,000 metres on Saturday will be ideally suited. Gate 10 can come across and potentially sit outside the leader, I hope. And I didn't really know how to line some of these horses up against each other, but looking back at past runnings in the Naturalism Stakes, you have to be on speed or forward of midfield to be a good chance of winning, and Just Fine's going to be that. Third up to the 2,000 metres, Waterhouse Bot, Geordie Child's great front running rider. I've landed it on top basically due to the map. So I've got it on top ahead of St. George, who was extremely unlucky in the Heatherley Stakes. But it was a bunch finish, so I've got to be wary of that form with horses that didn't have much luck. It might not stack up as a really exciting horse, St. George, but we'll see what it does on Saturday. Q Tempesta was starting to get going late over 1,700. First up to the 2,000 metres suits, and Francesco Guardi also peaking third up. Gel Morera on, it'll be storming home from the back. But I like Just Fine, 0.5 units to the win to take out the Naturalism Stakes. Race 8 is the feature. It's the Group 1 Underwood Stakes over the 1,800 metres. Pericles is the favourite at $3.30, ahead of Plastic Carousel at $4.80. Buckaroo is at $6, $8 about for Fortner Park, and double figures for the rest. This was the last start run, I should say Kovalika as well at $9.50. This was the last start run of Pericles in the So You Think Stakes at the Valley, where it got a perfect, ideal run. Clear second behind Buffalo River, peeled out and just went whooshka and won by a length and a half. Third up to the 1,800 metres, I think suits ideally on Saturday. I think at this stage of its prep, compared to first up Plastic Carousel and first up Faulkner Park, it is probably the best chance in the race. Minor query, gate 11, but I trust Blake Shin to get this horse into a good position, and it should be running well. In for second, Buckaroo. This horse will roll forward. Gel Morera rides as the last start winner. It could potentially be my on-top pick come Saturday, but we'll have to wait and see. In for third, I've got Kovalika. This horse was good first up. Damien Lane rides, and it'll be storming home from the back. And then in for fourth, Plastic Carousel. This horse is very good, fresh. Mark Zara rides. It can get the job done. But I'm with Pericles in the feature, the Group 1 Underwood Stakes. Race 9 is the Group 3 Caulfield Guineas Prelude over the 1,400 metres. The favourite is Wanarua at $4, ahead of Angel Capital, who's at $4.80. $6.50 about for Bazasto, $7 for Private Life, $8 for Epimels, and, well, Sergeant Major at about $9.50 or so. Longer odds the rest. This was the last start run of Wanarua up there in Sydney, beaten by a very smart horse called Autumn Glow. I thought it held on pretty well for second on this occasion. Gate 1 should roll straight to the front on Saturday. Blake Shin rides. Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Brott front runners always run well, and I just think at this stage, well, what it's shown to date is good enough to win a Group 3 Caulfield Guineas Prelude, and I think being in the lead, out of trouble on Saturday, it can get the job done. So I've got Wanneroo on top ahead of Bazasto, who was very good behind Angel Capital last start, should settle box seat and be hard to beat. In for third, I've got Angel Capital. This horse will need some luck from gate 3, in my opinion, because it's a back marker, but it's a last start winner, and Clinton McDonald's in outstanding form, and Epimel's in there for fourth. This horse had a good SP last start in the Angel Capital race, copped some bad interference around the home corner, and can be forgiven for that performance, and I think it can get back to somewhat of its best, but needs some luck from gate 10. But I'm in the corner of Wanneroo and the Caulfield Guineas Prelude. Race 10 to finish the day is a mare's set weights plus penalties race over the 1200 metres. Red Card is the favourite at $4.80, currently just ahead of a Little Deep, who's at $5.50, $6.50 about for extra 2. And longer odds the rest. This was the last start run of a Little Deep at the Valley, where it just got past Arkansas Kid and Desert Lightning late to score. Now, Arkansas Kid has already come out and franked this form, winning the Group 2 Bobby Lewis Quality last week at Flemington. A Little Deep, I think we'll need some luck from gate 3. It should be around midfield or so, buried. But if Jamie Carr can get this horse clear air, it should be running on well, and I think it should be winning if it gets clear luck in the straight. I think it's the best horse in the race. In for second, I've got extra 2. Blake Shin rides. It'll be settling midfield on the outside and be whooshing down the outside late. It could get the better run than a Little Deep, and that could be beneficial. Aviatrix in there for third. This horse, ridden by Craig Williams, was good last start in the Cochrane Stakes. It'll be running well. And then in for fourth, Red Card. Minor query about this horse at 1200 metres, but Mark Zara steers, and you can't go wrong with that. But I'm in the corner of a Little Deep to take out the last at Caulfield on Saturday. Now it's time for the Quaddie. Last week was a very good week. $100 on, 1335.48 back. Grinzinger Bell at $14.50. Added some real spice to that Quaddie. Let's make it 2 in a row with this week's Quaddie, starting with race 7, the Naturalism, 1 Q Tempestar, 2 Just Fine, 3 Francesco Guardi, 15 St George, and 16 Immediacy. In the Underwood Stakes, going for 2 Pericles, 7 Faulkner Park, 8 Buckaroo, and 11 plus do Carousel. In the Caulfield Guineas Prelude, 2 Angel Capital, 3 Epimels, 4 Bazasto, 5 Wanneroo, 10 Private Life, and 12 Sergeant Major. And in the last race, going for 3 Revolutionary Miss, 4 Red Card, 6 A Little Deep, 8 extra 2, and to finish it off, number 17, Kundalini at a massive price. That's what we're doing for the Quaddie this week. Thank you everyone for tuning into this week's preview. It's about an 8-unit spend this week, so I'm pretty confident on this card. Hopefully one of the 2 favourites that I've backed can get up, Federer or Another Will. Hopefully both of them, because then I'll get my last man standing bet up. Thanks everyone for watching, and until next week's preview, bye for now.